Jazilan a low number with a small enclave of expatriated Karzuri. We have 130 pops untarnished by Xenos. The Bakata swarming with 180, but some of it is prey. Drolprathan live with uplifted and conquered peoples. Finno live with secondary species too, in addition to numerous of robots. You're at Theocracy have the most numerous, with largest population of 3 Karzuri. Miltics are down in number, compensating it with robots. The Miidak people underwent modification and are now transcending their own peoples. The Sigmog are the only other pure nation. Tebran Mandate has to deal with these unruly residents of Sigmog. The Uri Imperium is also populated. It has the largest population of the Karzuri who are slaves there. Within Xabia there are small groups of various people. The 35 pops, 15 of them slaves, the Karzuri are the least populated major race. We are the most pure and largest nation in the galaxy. Expansion directive, exploitation directive. Our strategy has been a success. It is now up to the new generation to maintain and rise in that position, as the other nations burn themselves to the ground. Fanatic xenophobic isolationists, the Andigonj, live on their tundra world of Gonj. They explore, exploit, expand, and endure. For a species that wanted nothing to do with the galaxy though sure had different plans. Uri Imperium declare war on Bakata, the 2 heavyweights finally meet. They even secure help from the Jazilan planets. It's a very strong move against the Hive, who are currently distracted by the Finno. This war may well establish a new galactic order. Even under this pressure, the Bakata still chirp at us. They would attack all of the galaxy at once if they could. League of Miidak also threatens us. They have no power base to destroy us, but seek our destruction all the same. The Xenos are despicable. League of Miidak has had success in their campaign. The preemptive blow was heavy enough and came at a time when Tebran couldn't respond. League of Miidak take a planet and a couple of neighboring systems, expanding their borders slightly. If they mean to come after us next, we will be ready. Meanwhile, the Tebran are now free to support the Finno campaign. In the border that was taken by Miidak, land is being appropriated. No slaves have been taken. The Miidak want to conquer, not to subdue. These conquerors would break their lands against Kepler line. We have a wormhole within our borders. We should learn to traverse it in case there is uncharted space on the other side. The Lost War didn't dissuade the Sigmog from purification policy. The Mandate is weakened after the Lost War with Miidak. That might also be distracted by Finno as well. It's the perfect time to extract revenge for a prevention war. The Tebran still have a sizable force though. They'll try to prevent what happened with the League of Miidak war recently. There's still a sizable presence near our border. The Kepler fleet has been upgraded on Andigonj and is sent back, in case the Sigmog decide to change direction.
We have mastered a new technology.
Numerous advancements are achieved. We found a way to make mountains more productive.
Construction complete.
And with our administrative powers being stretched, it's time to give some limited local authority to the colonies. We'll be able to expand without fearing of losing control. Deep core mining allows us to get to the resources previously unreachable. It's the largest industrial expansion in years. One war has started many other. Conflict propagates itself, as the devastation spreads throughout the galaxy. Nearly all nations are involved in armed conflict. We have entered the second age of galaxy at war. Some mountainous terrain is cleared, finally allowing for full development for some of our planets.
Mongrels have declared war on each other.
The Sigmog are in good position and Xebir know this. They attack the Sigmog to keep their reconquest in check.
Tile blocker cleared.
It's not really to gain anything themselves, but to keep the Sigmog down, so their League of Miidak also joins in this conflict. Xebir also get closer with Multics. It's less of a political move and more of a gesture of materialistic solidarity. The truce is nearly at end and another war is approaching. While other nations destroy each other's productivity in pointless wars, we have developed the one vision for our people: single race, unified and prospering, developing inward, away from turmoils of a galaxy. Ziplim 3 has grown somewhat unexpectedly. It was a large and resource-rich world back then. It was too difficult to inhabit, but with our technology of atmospheric filtering and other environmental modifications, it is growing into a planet of wonderful potential. With 2 Betherian power plants and an alien zoo, much like Wumjiam, it is becoming an economic and cultural powerhouse. Wumjiam is still the gem of a star nation, but Nolian Prime is an intellectual powerhouse. It was never meant to be better than Gonj. Yet surpass it in every way. It's also where our fleet is stationed, protecting the investment. Dim Prime is third even though it was once fought as a periphery world. Ziplim will become an energy powerhouse one day and the grid is being prepared for that.
We have mastered a new technology. We have claimed a new world for our people.
We've expanded our colony efforts, with Oslo being settled. Storms and hazardous weather make it a risky venture. However, our scientists will flock to learn from the phenomena. For now, it's just a matter of establishing a foothold. Educational programs are renewed. It's a common policy with this administration. It will remain as long as the Serene Protector Serf is in power. Industrial upgrades are about to begin on all Gonj worlds, but we're still searching for any strategic resources in our territory. Deep core mining is introduced and mining facilities are upgraded where possible.
We have mastered a new technology.
After the incident of Ionites, we are exploring options to quell dissidents. Black sites on stations above the populated worlds will help control the common opinion. The isolation from the planets will allow the police state to function without inciting further unrest.
Our ships have been upgraded.
In physics research, there's a breakthrough in defense technology. While deflectors merely deflect their projectiles, shields can stop them altogether. Flag battery research is also pursued. With transcendent learning and our focus on skill development, we have grown a large figurehead base. With 3 leads and 4 head researchers at the respective worlds, we reap the benefits of these policies.
Construction complete.
Many of our youngest and brightest minds grow up to be leaders. Our governor dies and is replaced by an incompetent man. It will be a while before we catch on to his mismanagement. Pakata stop their absorption of Inu to face external threats. They will now confront Empyrean and Jazilin head-on, which means Finnu has lost one planet, which to them is a tragedy, but they have survived, unlike the Karzuri. They are still very bled out. With security, our populace can work on perfecting themselves and their common culture. The Bakata swarm is defending successfully from two stellar nations. Before the war, the swarm and the Imperium seemed equal. That's no longer the prevailing thought. With the new upgrades, it's time to improve our ship's reactors. Serene Protector Surfer was an outsider when she came to power. She has found her place in the establishment, leading the Neutrality Watch faction. His reign is more focused on isolationism than economic policy.
Construction complete.
The Peaceful Progress League has lost some support. With Bakata rampaging nearby, the people aren't leaning towards pacifism. The Sigmog are holding just fine, but in a way, the objective to contain them is reached. It's unlikely League of Miidak or Habi will commit all of their forces. Finu mustered the remaining force and managed to push their spiritual enemies back. The Bakata threat necessitates fortification. The border is too large to fully cover, but two stations are upgraded. Shoha is close to one of their nests and is built for firepower. Bradham with more of a supporting role. The engineering lead passes away. The new engineering lead is posed with an immediate problem. On top of the storms, Oslip Prime is faced with seismic disturbances. A subterranean race previously unknown to us lives there and is crawling into the surface. We have no knowledge of what is going on, but it could be an attack against Gonj people. The engineering has to work out a preemptive strike to block out these tunnels. The tunnels are collapsed with warheads. The mission is a resounding success. The subterranean Xenos are destroyed. Gib, the engineering lead, earned some accolades for the deed. Oslip is a new colony on the border. The scientist is becoming quite popular in the fringes. We've been relying on our fleets for supremacy. We've been unaware of dangers already present. Events on Oslip show a need for an army as well. If the pacifists won't enlist, perhaps their clones will. An army is formed on Oslip. They will answer to any possible incursions. For now, they're all just regular troops. They will soon be reinforced by clones. The formation of the first army causes some concern in Jazilan systems. They think we're like them. But we're not going to attack. We stress that these soldiers are for defensive purposes.
Construction complete.
The final effort at defense was successful. Their last-ditch effort pushed the Gorites back. It's really an astonishment they held, being attacked by all their neighbors. Our Admiralty is very interested in this conflict and will study it closely. Kepler's salvage have been going back to Gonj for upgrades. Ionite Station is refitted into a shipyard. This will no longer pull the fleet out of position. More advanced combat systems are being developed. Hyperlane Registat are being built on transition stations like Ionites or Gatana. It will facilitate a faster response time for our fleets. The Uri and Jazilan back out of their conflict just in time. Perhaps the swarm realizes it would be too much wasted effort to go after them. But with Finu stabilized, who will be their next target? The little guys band together for protection. The Kazuri had come to regret similar partnerships. They need to pick a side, but when both choices are bad, this may be the most viable option. Gib is eager to start on improving the quality of our armor. Our scientist's goal was working on Lesson 3. He is closest and is chosen to explore the wormhole. Our doctrine is to improve.
Complete.
So far the two fleets have been of equal strength, but there is some wish to restore the prestige of the Voidfarers. Kepler salvaged, returning to their deployment. The wormhole leads to a border system within the Tebran Mandate. It's a contested system where Tebran were previously under control. This may bring conflict to our space, or if neither the Tebran nor the Thin are aware of it, provide for a strategic advantage. Sirgogg pull back from Tebran space, having gained only a fraction of their former territory. With the purification order contained, the Xabiri are happy to settle. The second age of Galaxy at War has come to an end. Of course, some conflicts never have an end. With weaponry becoming more and more lethal, work begins on constructing planetary shields. Gib is also working on modular design to streamline space station construction.
Construction complete.
After Transcendence, League of Miidak has become more xenophilic. They've lost their militaristic ways. Words can describe how despicable they are. Celebration of our culture has caused life loss among our people. It happened at a stampede during a festival. It will be best to divert attention from this. The wars had spiraled out of control. Not to repeat the same, the nations are looking to strengthen their alliances. The Gurites signed a defensive pact with the Tebran Mandate.
Construction complete.
The Bakata are satiating their hunger on crater enclaves. They need constant supply of feed, and it's been running out. These fruitless wars will no doubt change the political landscape. We'll see strong alliances, and in turn, more difficult but decisive wars. For now, the galaxy enters an age of relative peace.